Another cooperative purchasing contract that we participate in that maybe isn't your standard fleet contract is the rental car contract through NASPO Value Point. In particular, we partnered with Enterprise Rental Car. And we have this situation of utilization, and in the fleet world, everybody knows that problem, right? Everything is mostly utilized. How do you judge utilization? The people writing the checks, the legislature, everybody thinks that you're underutilized. Everybody that's driving the cars and manages the workflow think they need more cars. It's a constant battle, right? If you really dive into it, which I think we have, you realize that some of the time you need a lot of cars, some of the time you don't need a lot of cars. How do you handle that? When you're buying cars or leasing cars, you have to try and guess and then use staff to what? The average or the peak or the valley? What kind of car, if it snows in Utah, which it typically does, then you need a four-wheel drive, but it doesn't snow every day in Utah, so then what do you do on the other days, right? So these are all issues that we've been working on. Well, we partnered with Enterprise through this contract in NASPO Value Point, and we said, hey, what if we could set up these little mini rental agencies on site?
So Enterprise Rent-A-Car and National Car Rental are preferred providers for the state of Utah under the NASPO Value Point contract. And we have built a strong relationship over the last 10 plus years as a more than just a provider, but really as a consultant for the state to look at, other than just your typical business rental needs, looking at state needs in a lot other areas, which has led us to this on-demand motor pool by Enterprise program. We also do a substantial amount of business from our commercial truck division. We do a lot of personal use rentals for the state, which has been added in the last 3 to 4 years as well. Just overall, we've built a great partnership with the state of Utah to provide ground transportation solutions for whatever ground transportation needs come up. With this program, with this on-demand motor pool program by Enterprise that we partnered with the state of Utah to do, we basically worked with the state fleet department to look at approximately 7,000 vehicles and start to target specific areas, specific departments, specific pools of vehicles across the state and find an opportunity to help the state reduce their costs with their fleet of vehicles and create some efficiencies and basically make the use of vehicles better for some of the state employees. One of the things that we've done with that is just taking a look at a lot of the older vehicles and taking them out of the fleet. And then because of the way we run our business with newer vehicles and rotating our fleet very quickly, the employees of the state that are using this program are actually liking it better because they're driving newer, cleaner, better miles per gallon vehicles, cleaner for the environment, just overall newer and better vehicles. It seems to be that the service level that they get because of the types of vehicles we provide compared to the older vehicles that the state had, they're getting a better service and they're enjoying their trip better. We've also been able to come up with creative ideas and creative ways to make this program work in different places across the state. We now are up to our 6th location. This one here was our first, where we actually man it with an Enterprise employee. In the other locations, we've done a variety of different ways to make this thing work, but ways that we work with the state so that it works for both sides. The great thing about this partnership and this on-demand motor pool program is that it's not one-sided either for the state or for Enterprise. It works for both sides of the business or for both parties that are involved. One of the first things that we put into place with this program when we opened here at the MESAB was to put together a paperless process for the employees. Whenever there is a state employee that comes in and is renting a vehicle, not only here, but any location we have in the state of Utah, as long as it is direct billed back to the state of Utah or back to their department, we have put this signatureless and paperless process in place for every state employee. It's one of the benefits to Enterprise and to all state employees. By putting this pilot program in place here, we were able to expand that part of the program to every state of Utah rental throughout the state. So it was a benefit to the employees to make that process faster and easier for everyone that takes advantage of any car rental needs for the state of Utah, within the state of Utah with Enterprise. Some of the other benefits that the employees of the state are able to take advantage of with this program is, one, newer, cleaner cars than compared to the vehicles that they're used to driving that the state holds on to for a long period of time. We've put together a personal use program for the state employees across the state. We put it into place here where they're able to take advantage of great weekend specials, which also helps us keep these cars on the road and keep them here. We've also been able to open a location in Richfield, Utah, which, if you know much about Utah, is a pretty small part of the state. There wasn't enough business for us to open a full-on enterprise location. There also wasn't enough business for us to do a standalone state of Utah location. So we combined those two locations, those two ideas in two types of business, and made it a viable business for enterprise to open in the market. So the benefit to the employees is great in that area, but it also gave us a benefit to the community. That community needed a car rental solution, and now that we were able to work with the state to come up with a solution, the state, the employees, and the community of Ridgefield has the ability to rent cars a lot more conveniently now.